A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey everybody, welcome to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. In this episode, we are going to revisit our heroes who are about to be in a whole lot of danger. Just a quick reminder, all of them are on their respective ships attempting to get to Yag'Dhul, trying to fly through a field of asteroids. Also, there's a gravity storm happening all around them, so will they even make it to the planet? Let's find out. Because this is Starfighter combat, y'all, just remember that initiative is a bit simple. And in fact, we can just take whoever rolls the highest, and that'll be the order that gets determined. And you guys go as a group, or y'all go as a group.
Zero is just wandering the halls, so I don't feel like it's fair for me to contribute to this, because I am literally oblivious to anything that is happening, so...
If somebody rolls higher than a 9 on initiative, y'all are gonna go before me.
Well, I got an 11 also, so
16.
I rolled a 21.
Dang. Okay, yeah. So you, as a crew, are gonna go before me. Elzar runs into the cockpit and just says, "I think we're in danger."
yeah, Lysander
Wow.
also ran into the cockpit. Like, yeah,
Wow, did the Force tell you that?
That and the loud boom sound.
I like
welcome,
you.
by the
Did
way.
I see either of the humans running past while I was wandering? They're
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Elzar says, "I think we're under attack."
I'll go to the engine room, I think.
Yeah, Zero, engine room, make sure we stay functional.
Yeah.
Everyone else, find a gun pointed at things.
I'm going to head to the Squonk guns. Just so we have someone over there. Even though they might
Okay,
not be
cool.
as powerful. I don't remember where we landed on that.
It is the one gun, but it can move around to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? So Zero, you're going to the engine room. 1N is rolling into the Squonk and gets into the gunner seat. What about Gaz and Lysander and?
Wynn is
How-
staying right where they are.
How many guns does the one end have?
Three, I think.
3. Yeah.
Apologies to the other players. I did not translate Whisper schematics into the main notes document, which I will do in between this section and the next section.
Gaz looks at when should someone pilot the Squonk?
As long as they're attached, it's best to keep them together.
All right, so she's gonna go to a gunner's instead.
Cool.
I guess I'll go to a gun too.
All right. And Wynn, I assume you're going to pilot, so can you make me a pilot check, please?
Nope, it dropped onto the floor. I have chosen
I don't know
to
if you-
accept the floor roll, which is a 12, which puts me at a 19 for the piloting roll.
Okay, so you start flying directly into the asteroid field, and at this point you can feel the different gravitational forces just shaking the whole ship. Everybody is being jostled back and forth. Elzar sits down immediately so he doesn't fall, and there is also gunfire happening right behind the ship. Uh-oh. Okay, Zero, you're in the engine room. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Dexterity is definitely a skill I'm great at. Okay.
With every dice roll, my concern increases and my confidence decreases.
All right, with a -1, that is a 14. Not terrible.
14. There are 6 starfighters flying directly behind you. They all open fire to the rear part of the freighter, and they chew through the rear deflector shields. Immediately, the engine room starts to spark up, and part of it bursts into flames. Zero, you dive out of the room to avoid being harmed.
Ah!
Oh no!
There's still 6 of them.
And
My bomb didn't get rid of any of them.
they shot at the escape
Oh.
pod. Yeah, they didn't bother picking it up.
Okay.
So the cockpit begins flickering a little bit. One of the consoles actually sparks up a bit, and Elzar looks at you and just says, I think that's bad.
My professional experience agrees with you.
All right, so it's everybody else's turn. You all get to do one action. What would y'all like to do?
Shoot.
So do I get a bonus action and an action, or just an action?
It's an action, but it's your regular full complement of turns.
So,
that you take.
clarification question, because I rolled the piloting, and then... Okay, so everybody... Okay, I see how we're doing this. So everybody else gets a turn, and then it's the fighter's turn again? Okay.
Yeah.
So I go after the fighters.
Well, you go now.
I go now too.
It is your turn now. Yeah, everybody goes as one group.
Okay.
Since
What
it's the starfighter.
What are we
combat.
rolling and checking with?
What would you like to do?
Shoot.
You're gonna make a range attack roll, so that's your dexterity bonus plus your proficiency bonus and a d20.
It's a 9.
You start firing behind you, trying to take out one of the starfighters, and they just move and flip out of the way.
So I'm just this is gonna be a bit of a long turn, because this is what my character is designed for. So first, I'm going to make my attack action to target one of the fighters, or to shoot one of the fighters. 14 plus dex, yeah?
Yep.
So that's an 18 to hit?
You hit.
What's the damage?
I'm looking this up real quick. 68.
68? Oh, D8.
Yep.
That's 13 plus math. Come on. That'll be 29 damage.
Okay, so you manage the ships. They all of them have kind of a missile-like structure for the body with 4 fins sticking out at the end. You blast into one of them, and it just spirals out of control and it explodes. And there are 5 fighters left.
Cool. I'm going to use my action surge to make a second attack.
Okay.
Which is an 11 plus 4, so that's 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to mark one of them with my sharpshooter fighting style. If they move more than 5 feet before my next turn, I get to make another attack.
How about you make an attack now, because they have to move,
yeah.
so...
That's a 12 plus 4, 16. Okay.
That'll hit.
And then...
And you figured out their armor class.
That's good to know. That's 11 plus... not as good. That's 19 damage.
Yeah, you get a good shot on one of them, and there's a black smoke coming out of the back side now, but they're still flying.
Okay, perfect. And that will be it. Though I do have another thing to do if they miss.
Got it. Okay, cool. I'll bear that in mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Zero?
So, when I jumped out of the engine room, did the door automatically close behind me? No. So there are like currently flames. Like, yeah.
Yeah. There's
Is
flames
there
and smoke
a
coming out of that room.
control panel next to the door? Okay,
Yes.
I would like to go into the control panel and first close the door and then see if there are like fire suppressant systems. You know, I would assume some sort of like emergency protocols that I could engage if they're not doing so automatically and see.
Make a technology roll.
You know, mess with that. Yes. All right. That is an 18.
Yeah, you activate the fire suppressant systems, and it takes out all of the fire in the room.
Okay, cool. All right. So do I determine that it's safe to go in there? All right. So I open the door back up and go inside, and would like to, if I'm able, like make an investigation check to like determine what is functioning and what is not.
I'll let you do that as a bonus action.
That's a natural 1.
You think everything's fine.
Yeah, so zero, you know, does this thing with the fire suppressant system, is like, all right, it's safe, opens the door, walks in. Yep, looks about right. Walks right back out.
All right, awesome. Lysander, what would you like to do?
I guess I was gonna say Lysander should probably also take up one of the guns, but Lysander also does not have good dexterity, so I don't think he'd be able to shoot, to be honest. I see there's also a co-pilot spot in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Lysander didn't actually get that far before we got shot at, so he's like, you know what, no, I'm staying here in the cockpit with Win, and I will help co-pilot. Because surprisingly, I didn't realize that Lysander actually has decent piloting.
This is going to be very useful for the thing that Win is about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and Elzar is sitting in the back of the cockpit behind you two. Just FYI.
Would you like me to, if we want to say DM Lysander slides into the seat and go ahead and let Win do their action?
Yeah.
And Lysander.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions before Win does.
Okay. This is gonna be crazy.
How far away from the asteroid field are we?
You're there. You're
How far
about to
away
get
from
there.
the ships are we?
You don't know because none of your systems are working to scan properly how far they are. But they have to be close if they're firing at you.
Okay. Is the proximity detector still working?
It is.
Great. So here's what Win's gonna do. And I assume that the rear deflector shield is gone. Like,
yeah,
that's gone. We're not going to be able to do anything with that. Is the rear deflector, the mechanism damaged, or is it possible to reroute shields to there, or is just...
You can reroute. Yeah, there's no more shields, but the shield system isn't down. So it just needs to either recharge, or you need to reroute power to the deflector shields.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we have time for that. So, here's what Win is going to try. Win is going, when it goes down, going to hear, was it one ship exploded and one of them is damaged? Or is it two ships exploded?
Yeah. One ship exploded, one's pretty damaged, the rest are fine.
Win is going to kill the main thrusters. And with the auxiliary thrusters, they are going to spin the Squonk around and use the laws of physics to carry them backwards into the asteroid field. With the frontal shields there, flying the ships backwards. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my piloting for this. And I have 2 superiority die left. And it's probably a good thing I had that superiority die, because my total is 13, no, 15, no. Let me do math. It's 13 for this move.
Yeah, so you attempt to flip the ship around, but with the gravitational pull from all the different moons coming into play, plus asteroids starting to move around you, and the ship's coming towards you, a small piece of asteroid comes into the side and hits the side of the ship, and suddenly all of you are spinning completely out of control. If you're at a gunner's seat or just looking out the window, you just start seeing lights move past you, and everything's moving too quickly, and it's easy to get sick if you're looking too far. Elzar just says, "This is fine. Everything's fine."
Lysander's like, "I'm gonna be sick. Win."
With that,
it is Lysander still has an action.
Yeah, Lysander, you do have an
Lysander
action.
still has an action. That's why I was like, maybe we do this first and then see if Lysander can contribute.
Should I roll piloting to see if I could have helped with that? I don't know, honestly.
Or you can make your own piloting action.
I mean, I guess I'll try to make the ship not be spinning right now.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, I have to do math too. 18?
Okay. Gonna roll for all the different ships real quick. Oh my god. That's a lot of ones. And that's the, what's it on a chart? What's the DC for? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so the ship is out of control. You are flying into the asteroids. It's only by the luck of the force. You haven't like pulverized into anything more. And the other ships are trying to follow you in. They're thrown off by the fact that you're spinning out of control. And Lysander, when you restore control on the ship and start heading into a completely different direction, none of the other pilots of the other ships are able to track you, and they all smash into different asteroids.
Wow, Win. You did it.
We did it. And Win is, I assume all the ships are destroyed, so now we can take action.
Yeah.
As
no more
Win
combat.
begins to pull the ship out of the asteroid field, they say, "I'd better not hear you sell yourself short."
I guess. Yeah, we did
There we go.
But also, wow. Was you making the ship spin out of control planned, or...
Win does not answer the question.
Can I just say I was imagining Aslan just tumbling through the room?
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a good point.
With the jizz playing, too? Oh, no.
It's just the Benny Hill theme.
Okay. So your ship is passing through the asteroid belt and heading directly towards Yag'Dhul.
Woo! About damn time.
I think the first thing I am going to do is check on Aslan, if only to gloat.
So when you open the quarters, it looks like all of the furniture in the room is in different locations. The speakers are broken on the floor, and Administrator Aslan, whose head is not in a direction it really should be, it looks like he twisted his neck really bad, he's not moving.
Did this bitch get nemicked?
No! Why would you say that?
Too soon! Too soon!
I'm gonna just, take a stick and just sort of poke Aslan for a second.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Well, at least he doesn't have to find out his kid's dead.
Yeah, there we go.
Two.
I feel so bad for reminding Chris about that.
I mean, I was going to do it anyway, so it was one of us who would have done it.
Not us having two dead Givin on the ships, one for each ship, one for each ship.
You get a Givin corpse, and you get a Givin corpse.
Oh god. Okay. I'm just gonna close the door.
That sucks. He died listening to the messed up jizz.
It's truly a traitor's death.
It's what he deserved.
Yeah.
Chris is face palming in the Zoom recording. Chris has reinforced that they've completely lost control of this game.
Just POV.
Yeah.
POV. Last things you hear before you pass away are like weird jizz.
I'm literally, because he took 11 points of bludgeoning damage and he only had like 1 hit point in the first place. So like I'm imagining like the speakers came for his head and he fell out and just wasn't able to.
Well, I can confidently say this is the only podcast I know where anyone has ever been killed by jizz.
Wow. Explicit podcast reminder, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
going
This
to
is why we
hell.
need seatbelts.
That's why we need seatbelts.
If there are any kids listening, remember, wear your seatbelts.
Yes, do that. I'm gonna get on the comms and be like, Aslan has perished as a result of the evasive actions we took in that encounter.
Elzar just says, what?
Lysander puts his head in his hands again, like, why are we surrounded by death?
At the force we moved, the speaker and the bed that
We
were
don't
in
we
the
don't
room,
need to know one in. We don't need to know.
Understood.
Of course he died.
I just want to state explicitly and for the record, again, we were being chased and shot at. I'm gonna chalk this one up to also not our fault.
I'm starting to think that all of you are cursed.
I believe you.
You know what?
Wait, we're
Maybe
cursed?
curses are real. No.
Yeah, we
no.
had a conversation about this, Win. The Jedi
That
knows
wasn't-
magic stuff. Jedi, hey,
No,
Jedi,
no,
are we cursed?
Zero.
That was a
Lysander
joke,
goes
Zero.
to Zero, like, hey, buddy, let's take a walk around the ship and make sure everything's okay. We don't need to.
Okay. Quick question. Jess, is Lysander still damaged?
Kinda. It was where did he get
it was
hit again?
shoulder.
The shoulder, right?
I think it was shoulder.
Because I do
yeah.
have, if I notice that you are hurt, I do have a healing ability.
Oh, right. You probably would see the singe blaster mark on his shoulder.
Yeah, so Zero's like, oh, hey, gosh, are you okay?
Lysander looked at his shoulder and is reminded, oh yeah, I got hit. He's like, the adrenaline of being chased and almost killed right now made me forget, but yeah.
Well, here,
hurt.
I got something for that, and I am going to use my tech casting ability of a Kolto pack. Which is cool that, most of Star Wars 5e, I think, is designed for the Imperial time period, but it is a Kolto pack and not a back-to-pack. Fun fact for those who don't know, Bacta is brand spanking new at this time in the High Republic, so not a lot of people have access to it. So Kolto is the prevailing medicine of the world.
Quick question really fast. One in, did you communicate to us what Aslan said? Do you remember if you communicated that the ambassador is being held?
That was not
I
communicated.
didn't.
Oh,
That
that
wasn't
Lysander.
me.
Lysander.
Oh, that was Lysander.
Right.
I don't think we've really had a time
Lysander
to sit down and
said
talk.
that he knew where the ambassador was being held, but hasn't actually gotten the chance to say where.
Sorry, please proceed. I needed to ask for my notes.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to do a little Kolto pack healing, and that is a D4 plus my tech casting. So
Nice.
you get 2 plus is it my that's tech attack, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it will be a
Okay.
tech attack.
So you get 5 points of healing back.
You attack Lysander with healing.
I attack you with the power of love. You heal 5 points.
Yay, Lysander's back to full health.
All right. Aw, cute little moment. We're walking through the halls.
And Lysander's like, thank you, Zero. Also, do not tell the Jedi anything about us being cursed and possibly having an evil ship, okay?
Oh,
That
yeah,
has to be a
yeah.
secret.
Yeah, y'all said the Sith were not, like, cool with them, so, like, we
Yeah.
probably shouldn't mention that, yeah, that makes sense. I'll be quiet now.
Since they had shut down and we went on a spinning spree, Gaz goes to see where 1 and 2 got rolled off to.
Oh no, what'd it do?
Yeah. They're in they got rolled into the common room and they're just like sitting there. They're not turned on right now.
Yeah, because Lysander said take a nap.
Yeah, didn't they fall to the
Turned
floor
off.
in the room that Aslan was in?
No, it was outside of the room.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, because they followed Lysander out to the common room. They're like, we heard everything.
Yeah. So she just picks up 1 and 2 and then just sits down in the common room and just like checking them over to make sure more bits didn't fall off.
Yeah, they turn back on and they say one of them says, "Did we crash yet?"
Sort of. Are you two okay?
Oh, we're fine. What?
Just making sure a little bit. I got you stickers.
Is Gonk okay?
1 in. Check on Gonk.
Will do. And I go make sure.
I think Gonk's on the Squonk.
Gonk was
Yeah.
back on the Squonk
Yeah.
because Wynn was vaguely concerned about, like, something might happen to the 1 in, so they pushed them back onto the Squonk.
The sole person on the Squonk.
Yeah, surprisingly, Gonk seems to be fine. He's also in the common room on the Squonk vessel, and he's standing upright. You're not quite sure how he maintained his balance.
Good. That's really good.
Gonk
He
is
found
a
the
Jedi.
only seatbelt in the Squonk.
Yeah, I guess Lysander, after getting healed by Zero and telling Zero we cannot tell Elzar about anything going on with the Squonk, goes back to the cockpit to Win, and I guess Elzar too. And it's just like, oh yeah, before Aslan passed away in that tragic accident.
Very tragic. We're very sad.
Very tragic accident that we can't seem to escape people dying around us, but I did get the information of where he was keeping the ambassador.
That's good.
He was keeping her in his fortress?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
There's a tower just outside of the city of Dodocopolis that we'll probably have to go to. I know where it is.
Wynn looks over at Elzar and says, "You know, I'm kind of starting to like having you around, Jedi man."
Well, thanks, Duros man.
Wynn gives Elzar a thumbs up and turns back to begin guiding the 1 in down into the atmosphere of Yag'Dhul.
Meanwhile, on the Gaze Electric, a navigational droid receives data on its console pad. Information about a crew currently making their way to Yag'Dhul. This is the data that the Eye has been waiting for. He downloads everything onto a chip and turns around and walks towards the captain's seat, where his captain is sitting.
The data you've been waiting for, sir. It's here.
Marchion inserts the chip into his chair and brings up his privacy screens. Seeing the data flood his screens, he almost smiles.
Awesome, sir. We're tracking the Lorna D. It's coming out of hyperspace.
Marchion, at first, doesn't acknowledge the droid's words, and then lets out a slight sigh. Then, let's not keep the Tempest Runner waiting. Hey everybody, thank you once again for listening to yet another awesome edition of For Light and Dice. Well, it seems like our heroes are going to make it to Yag'Dhul after all. Really want to take a moment to appreciate all of you for taking the time to listen to us. Your feedback has been phenomenal, and we are very, very happy that there are so many of y'all taking the time to listen to us, interact with us on social media. And it's honestly, I get imposter syndrome every time I see all y'all's kind words. So thank you so much. This has been an amazing project, and I'm so happy and honored to be doing it with all these wonderful people who are playing these wonderful characters. If you wish to hang out with us between episodes, we're currently still just on Twitter, @For Light and Dice. You can interact with us there. Also, if you really like the music, at least the music as much as I do, go check out Grushkov. They are the composer of all the music. They've made a full suite of music that's inspired by the High Republic, and also they're making some music that's not High Republic related, but still very Star Wars and totally awesome. Please check them out. They're available on most streaming platforms, and also you can purchase their music outright. Just look them up on Twitter, and they have links on their Twitter handle that you can go to find their music. Last but certainly not least, y'all, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our podcast. Tell your friends about us. Also leave a review. We really like that. And most importantly, may the Force be with you all.